you know? So I don't know. Okay, you guys, I'm glad you're here. Um, this was short notice to get this going. We publicized it, but it's going to start. And these question and answer sessions, Nigel has kindly volunteered to do these for us each week, and it'll be an opportunity to share what new progress has been going on for the website. As you can see, Nigel is our absolute doll here. How many years now have you been with us?
17.
17. Yeah, okay, because I'm 19. So, yeah, 17 years. So he's put up with all these women all this time. So let's be nice to him today, and and um, and we'll get to it. A lot of the things that we have to talk about, a lot of the things that are on the website aren't quite done yet, as Monty Python would say. So uh, we want to start. Nigel, do you have any particular topic you want to cover, or do you want to get right into questions? And
Well, no, actually, I have a bunch of questions that were sent to me already. So I'm
wonderful.
going to go through those first, and then
Okay.
we can open it up to everybody else.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. So
And I'm
if
recording this right now, and I can post it on our YouTube channel later.
okay.
And I'll also be taking notes from the meeting and, writing down questions that people have during the meeting.
Hmm.
And then I can post that somewhere as well
Hmm.
so that
So
people can.
Nigel is our link to the platform builders. And so anything that we tell him is going to be put on the list, which is very long, you know. Hi, Jan. I'm glad you were able to come, even though it's your national holiday. So, okay, so we can put on mute and go from there.
All right, sounds good. So I'll go through the questions that were sent to me via email since yesterday. I'm not sure if I've had any since this morning. Let me double check. Yeah, there's a couple from Wynell, but I can get to those later. So what I'll do is I'll go through these first. So the first question is, where is it? I can't renew my membership through the website. The renew button does nothing. It is just happening to me, or is this a glitch on the site? This is from Kimberly Knapp. I don't know if Kimberly's, yeah, she's with us. So Kimberly, what browser are you using and what device are you using?
I'm using a laptop and I use a Chrome browser.
Laptop
Chrome.
with Chrome. Okay. So maybe we can reconnect after this meeting so I can help you out.
Okay.
Sound good? The next is also from Kimberly. She says she can't edit any of her events. Will this be something we can do in the future? Yes, this is a feature we will add in the future. I know that's frustrating when you can't do that right now. So for now, you may have to just cancel that event and then create a new one if you want to edit it. But that will be a feature that we will add in the future, or feature we will add in the future.
Nigel, I hope you'll be able to delete those too.
Yeah,
I don't like
also,
to cancel because it looks like it's canceled.
Sure, I know it is weird. So the delete functionality is something we also have on our list. If our former email is not acceptable and we have a new email, how do we get Hackquarters to send a new link? And this is from Wynell Record. So if you want to change your email and use a different one, we can do that ourselves. So you'll have to contact Hackquarters and we'll change that for you and then send you a new link. Let's see.
That can be done through email.
Yeah, so one of the frequently asked questions from a lot of women, this is from Wynell Record, but a lot of our members are asking this, are we going to be able to see the numbers of the roster? And yes, you will. I'm going to see if I can try to push this one fairly soon because we've had a lot of people request this particular thing. I mean, there's, we have some chapters like the official Red Hat Society chapter or the official Queen chapter, which has a lot of members. But there are some people that have, 20, 30 people, and they would like to see how many people are actually on their roster. Is it possible for the Queen to be able to print her chapter members cards? So the ability for you to print your other members cards, not at this time, but I will definitely put that on the list. So give me a second here, because that is not currently on our list. Okay. When will we be able to import pictures in the posts instead of just in the first post of the thread? So I think she's talking about like replies. I don't have an exact date for that, but that is a commonly requested feature. This is from Angie Ward. So that is definitely in the works. Let's see here. When will the X members be removed from active queries? So I'm guessing that means like from chapter or member search. Right now, we had it set so that members showed up on chapter rosters up to 6 months after they expired, because we wanted queens to be able to reach out to those members and try to get them to renew. I think the plan was that that was too long, and we're going to change that to just 30 days. I don't know if any of you guys have feedback on that. As far as chapter or member search, we're going to push a feature soon where the member only shows up on chapter searches and member searches for 30 days after they expire. So during their grace period, they'll still show up.
Of course,
Joe, I'm just going to jump in here for a minute. In Canada, particularly in Ontario, we've been totally on lockdown.
Huh.
I think I discussed the 6-month leaving the roster on. We're just starting to open now. I am working very hard because I'm paid so well as an ambassador to try, I'm kidding, to try and get them to renew now that we can actually have 10 people at a restaurant, for example, now. That was just, and you will notice my hair is back to naturally blonde. The hairdressers opened yesterday, but that's another story. So I actually didn't think it was too bad because Donna also mentioned, Nigel, if they can't get back into the chapter, they could just, I guess, renew as a new person. But I hate to lose any membership. So I'm like a dog to a bone with this. So I didn't think it, I understand what some of the queens were saying, but certainly here in Ontario, now that we can open and we're scheduling events in 2 or 3 weeks, for example, one is, then it's a chance of getting them back in to pay their memberships. So I just thought I'm going on mute now.
I'm sorry, but the number of people that you may have in Canada that you're looking to renew versus the number of outdated data that people may be using, I kind of outweighs it. And I won't get into, I just wanted to say that because we're using that inquiry to verify whether a person is really a member. But
and that's not a problem because they can just join as a new member then.
Well, they don't even have to join as a new member. They can still renew even if they're past. They just have to call in to renew. I don't want them to have to start a new membership. That would that it leads to like dirty data, and we'll have like duplicate data. We
They will
prefer
have
not
to
to do
call in
that.
to renew, but if you renew and you haven't done anything for a year, they're being asked to pay the past year's membership fees and now the new year's membership fees. And most of them are not interested in paying. I thought it was $30 US. I understand now it's 35. So 70 $70 US just to start to party now. So
And I don't want to initiate a debate. I'm just asking that we have clean, accurate data, regardless. If somebody rejoins, wonderful. But when we are using this database, the expectation is that the information is correct and up to date. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Amanda has a question.
Okay,
Go
but
ahead,
wait a
Amanda.
minute. The queen in your chapter, you can remove anybody you wish. So if it's an expired person, it says remove, you just click it and they're gone.
But Joe, it's not just in the chapters. It's you have people who are outside the chapter who are trying to represent themselves as Red Hat Society members and want to attend functions.
Right. No, I totally agree.
That information should hopefully be accurate and up to date.
Yeah, and I definitely think expired members shouldn't show on the search results for sure. So go ahead, Amanda.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you, Nigel.
Nice to meet you too.
We've had some conversations. I just wanted to, on that thread, go along with it. I mean, I have got 2 expired members in my chapter. I know that I can take them out, but I've left them in there deliberately so that I know when you update it to take expired members out, they'll disappear. So I'll know the job's been done. But one of those members actually expired in December 2020. Where are we now? December 2020. So it's well over a year ago. She's well over a year ago.
Wow, that's weird.
So it's well over a year ago that she's been expired, but she's showing on the website. So I'm hoping that people that haven't been around for that time, and she's not going to come back because she's moved completely away from my area and she isn't interested in hatching where she lives. I have tried, but she doesn't want to do it. And also what I would like to ask is these members whose memberships have lapsed and expired, do they actually have access to the website? That's what I wanted to check. Can they get in?
They can log in, but they can't really do anything. They can't send messages. They can't see posts.
Right.
They can't do a search or anything. It's just kind of
well, that's and also if we were to send out an invitation to a chapter, I'm presuming that anybody who had expired would not receive that invitation. They wouldn't get it. I just wanted to make sure that was the case.
Yeah,
right. So that's good.
I have an example where they did get the notification.
Oh, really? Okay. Can you give me that example?
I'll see if I can dig it back up.
So was it somebody that was expired and they tried to join your chapter?
Expired in January and I sent out a notification, but let me double check and make sure I'm
okay. Yeah, if you can give me exact examples, then we can look into that. I'd appreciate that.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. That's good news. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cynthia, you have a question?
Yeah, Nigel, I agree with Angie. I think that the database, the search should match what's really accurate, because I can see all the members of my local Queens Council and about a third of them show that they're expired. But if you go to search and you put their name in, it just comes up like they're members of all these chapters. So there's no way to be sure if a person really is a member or not.
Yeah, we're going to be updating that soon. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of these. I only have a couple more questions and then I can open it up to everybody else. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Just maybe a suggestion. In order to make the data accurate, is there a way, I don't know what kind of platform you're using, but is there a way to identify maybe color code or something, the memberships that are expired, and when you do a run, it only pulls or shows active members? Is that something you could enhance the database to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me go through the next one. Will there be a file section for chapters to hold chapter information, upload Word documents, and picture albums? So yes, at some point we do plan on implementing more chapter-centric features like we had on our previous site. I don't have an exact date for that, but we do plan on doing more of the things that we had on our old site. That was from Angie Ward. And then this is from Judy Spate. I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. When I go to the new website, it always has to send me a password to get in. The password is my email address that I had already entered the first time. Is this normal? So I think what you're doing is asking for the magic link, and it sends you a link to your email, and you click that email to log in. Once you're logged in, you can go to your profile and set a password. And then when you log in again, you can use the username and password instead of the magic link. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen so I can show you how to do that. So does everyone see my screen here with my profile?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So once you log in, you can reset your password here. And then let me log out so I can show you. When I go to log in, instead of typing in my email here, you can click this link down here. It says sign in manually with your email address and password, and you can do that. So instead of, I'll do it again. So instead of typing in your email here and getting that magic link, you just have to click on this and sign in with your username and password.
Or you can just not log out.
Yeah, or you can just not log out. Sure. So anyways, that's all the questions I had sent to me via email. So I'll go ahead and open it up to everybody. If anybody else has any questions, and I'll start writing notes.
I'm Judy. You just answered my question. I was trying to figure out how to unmute it, and I was pushing the button on the picture. I can't seem to even get in it. I'll try it again later, but every time I try and go in, it sends me back to the emails again.
Okay, so maybe you and I can reconnect after this meeting so I can help you out.
Yeah, or I can try again, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to help you out. So
Okay.
Maybe we can reconnect after the meeting.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Cynthia?
Right now, we can send messages to individuals. Will we soon be able to send messages to everybody in our chapter at one time?
That's a good question. I'll definitely put that on our list.
Cynthia, you can talk to them within the group.
Yeah, she's talking about sending private group messages.
Yeah, but
I
they
know.
won't come to the group, so I mean, but if I wanted to send them a message to everybody in my chapter right now, I used to be able to do that. I used to be able to do it to the Queen's Council.
What-
And that's important, but I can't do that now.
Why won't they come?
I don't know. I keep sending them information and
Okay. Everybody in the chat area, put your name and city, state, country, so that we can keep a running tally of who's attending the meeting and who we need to get back to. Would you do that for me, please?
Joe, I wanted to, this is Deborah from headquarters. How are you? How's everybody? I see a lot of familiar faces, my double sisters, and I see several Canadians that are here. So I'm not sure we already did this, but I want to wish everybody a happy Canada Day. So this is a very important day for our Canadian sisters. So, and also too, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, the global pandemic. So things are not as going as quickly as we like, and patients are not as it should be. So I just want to ask and remind people have been getting a little hostile on our website or on our communication boards and Facebook, and they're I didn't get this and this didn't happen. I just want to remind people the red hat way is to make the best of whatever situation we're in. And, you know, it's okay to share that you're having challenges, but don't complain and make, start a thread and get everybody to rally. Oh my God, red hat, let's put them down. They suck. You know, we need your support right now and to say, hey, I know they're working on things, but here's what I'm doing to work through this challenge. So if those of us who are tech savvy, be there to support them. You know, it's not fun for us either, because there's some things that I want out of the system that aren't there as well. And I'm trying to be as patient, and I'm working with we are working with the Montanton to get things done. And they are a very small but mighty team. And if we could have waited till it was completely done, we would have, but our contract with our last company had expired. So we had to do it this way. So we are working diligently. And I want to tell you, I've got Joe and Nigel, between the two of them, they've got a lot of years going on with Red Hat Society. They've been there. We've had 3 systems. They've been there through the 3 systems. And Nigel's background, he at one time even worked for Apple. So the guy's got incredible talent. And we're really proud to have him on our team. And Joe knows everything as a member and as a user. So from the Hat Quarters. So we're really trying. Please be patient. And I'm going to tell you a secret. Next week, Nigel turns 50.
Oh my God.
You're told.
Couldn't help it.
Are you gonna give him a red hat?
We got some plans, Nigel. We're going to see you.
We definitely decorate him at conventions. He even wears the shirt, you know.
Sorry, Nigel. So thank you guys for being part of us. We together are making a positive difference for the lives of women, and realize when people read Facebook or they're reading on the Red Hat website, there's a lot of people who are new. So they get a taste of what we're going and feeling. And I've had 3 people who said that they want their money back and they wanted to leave because they go, I thought this was a support group and this is a positive place. I hear nothing but, you know, nagging and backstabbing, and, you know, they're joining a club and they're just complaining. And I said, well, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're really trying to help and blah, blah, blah. But realize we want to make we want this to be the place that's recessed from all the problems. And that the way we deal with problems, we look at the glass half full, not half empty.
Okay.
So if you catch it, just remind them and just say, take it offline. But, you know, if you want to share how you're getting through this, let everybody know. But if you got complaints, talk to us at Hat Quarters. And I promise we read every message and we listen to every voicemail. And we read every letter. It's just we haven't been able to respond in time because we're very short staffed and we don't have the funds. I'd love to add 4 more people, but we just can't. So we care, we love you, and we will get through this, right?
Right.
Please, thumbs up, please. Can I see our thumbs up? Yay!
All right, so we have any more questions?
There appears to be, and I'm just going to say that the response from the Red Hat Society to some of the complaints have just been outstanding as usual. Joe, I don't know where you get your words from. I wish I could copy them. And Nigel, you're doing a great job. There appears to be some of the complaints in my little particular area is renewing multiple memberships. So ladies would give the queens the money. Our library, a lot of the ladies in Ontario have taught, if they haven't got a home computer, to go to our public libraries. Our librarians in Ontario are incredible. I married one. They've all been closed, so they haven't necessarily had internet capacity. So they've gone to the queens or somebody with the expertise to renew. Some of them are renewing 10 at a time. So they're having some sort of trouble doing that online. So they phoned, and I'll tell you, who's ever answering the phone, Deborah, they all deserve a raise, particularly if you're 50 and older. Anyways, I just thought I'd compliment
It's
You-
hard. It's
There
hard
is the
taking,
problem with renewing memberships, and I don't want to lose any money.
and the worst is, I mean, if you're having a real big challenge, you can always mail it and we'll take care of it here. So,
Yeah.
you know, the worst of the worst is mail it in here and we'll take care of it here. We don't want to lose a single person because there's strength and power, and we want to show
Yeah.
the world that women approaching 50 and beyond matter. So we can do this.
This is
you've got-
Pamela
I
Jones.
gotta say, people like Winnell Rucker, Joanne Miller, there's a lot of really wonderful Red Hatters supporting us, or supporting the Red Hat Society online. They're doing a fabulous job.
What,
I'm
one of-
going on, and
One of the things that we ask for with this new system is to be able to renew multiple people at one time. And
Okay.
that's as a staff person and as a queen. But we don't have that yet.
It's in
We
the
are
works.
going to have it.
The staff does. We
Yeah,
can,
the staff
as an
does.
admin, we can renew multiple people at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, and we definitely need the queens to be able to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see Queen Missy has a question.
Yeah, Missy.
You're on mute, Missy. You're still on mute. We can't hear you.
The mute button should be in the bottom.
If you can't do it, then do a text.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to access the ambassadors page to see all the ambassadors, and I'm not even in the list. All I'm getting is up to G, and that's it.
Yeah, right now there's a limit to view 200 people, and we're going to increase that.
I'm not even getting 200 people. I'll be lucky to get 20.
Really? I'm the
Yes.
ambassador? You're looking at the members?
Yes, I'm an ambassador and I'm not even in the list.
Oh, wow. Let me look. Hold on a second.
You are in the group. You just can't see it on the list.
Yeah.
But you want credit for being there.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
I would. Hey, I would want it.
Hey, why not?
Maybe it's less than 200. I'm getting up to G as well.
Yeah.
From what I
That's the
heard, it's
problem.
200.
Yeah,
but
that's the
maybe
problem. We want
less.
that fixed as soon as possible. So
Yeah,
work on that.
we'll paginate that.
Okay.
Just so
Thank
you
you.
know, Nigel is our project leader on this whole website, and he's working diligently with Montanton. And we have a meeting every Thursday with Montanton, and we go over things. How we are doing this is we have the whole gamut of lists, and your feedback, our feedback, and their feedback. And what we've done, we prioritized it in priority order. So and the way we are determining that is what's going to be the best experience for the member. That is how we do this. So we've got a couple pages worth of things that need to be done that are being prioritized. And right now we're working on, what are the top things, Nigel? Getting the flamingo fling up, and what was the other? The top.
Give me a second, I'll look.
So, and every week we go, what's the status? And we, when they do it, we got to test it. We got to verify it can work, internationally with a credit card, with a check, with this. I mean, it's a lot of testing. And this is very different from the last two websites that we had, or platforms, because the last two were already developed and we had to follow their rules. This time it's our website. This is a custom website. So it's taken a lot longer than I want, and I know that you want. So, but every week we go through the priority order. So do you want to just go over the couple few?
Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to be working on next will be the downloadable chapter roster. And then adding to that chapter roster the join date and then the member's expiration date, so that when the queen downloads their roster, it'll have all that information for them. So that's one of the that's one of the most commonly requested features from our queens right now.
Cynthia has a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if this is on the list. We used to be able to do a search by miles radius. And now if you search like for my zip code, I only get 20 responses. Is that going to be extended, I hope? Because that's,
Yeah,
I
you should,
used to go
we're
50
gonna,
miles.
at some point, we will be able to, you will be able to choose the mile radius that you want to search for, instead of just, right now, it just does it, you know, the closest, the whatever 20 closest people to that area. But at some point we will add that.
We understand that's important for you to recruit new members, those of you who are ambassadors. And it's important when you're hosting an event, you want to send out the invite to everybody. So that is a priority. We're going to, Nigel and I and Montaton and the rest of the managers in Red Hat Society are going to meet, and we're going to go back and say, is this priority, is this the right priority? And every week we'll reprioritize based on demand. But we know that you want to get out to have your events. You know, we know you want to invite people. We know you want to find new members to join Red Hat Society. So we know that's important for you. And it's important for us too, as we have businesses that want to advertise as well. So we get it.
Okay, so we only have 10 minutes. So Athena has a question.
Hi, my problem is that all of my chapter do not want to be on any platform of networking. So I have to, register all of them and actually make up email addresses for them to register them, which is a real problem. And you did say you've only got up to H. So me being R will be way down the line where I can see all my chapter members.
Yeah, so
Is
like I
that
said,
right?
we are going to be expanding that so that it'll show everybody, and then you can go through different pages to see the different people. As far
Yeah.
as your registering people with fake email addresses, I think we removed the email requirements. So if you don't have an
Okay.
email, that you use a phone number instead.
Okay.
So if
But I mean, I'm looking at that and I don't know where to register a member.
oh, you would have to, so
Shall I call you separately?
yeah, you can call Headquarters to register those members, or you can log out and then register, like pretend you're that person and fill out the information for them.
Okay.
Those are the two ways you can do
Okay,
that.
fair enough. Yeah.
And then-
The other thing I have is that there are so many virtual chapters now, which confuse people with the same name being in all sorts of different platforms. Before we were just in one chapter, but now we are in this virtual chapter and another virtual chapter. I mean, are those virtual chapters registered chapters, or are they just virtual chapters, play chapters?
Where are you seeing some of these, like on other platforms like Facebook or something?
No. On here, I mean, if you look at any particular member, like for me, for example, I am part of the Victoria Ladies,
So
which is not a real chapter.
Got it. Are you suggesting that we like have some type of a flag, it's a virtual chapter?
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah, I could put that on the list for sure.
Wouldn't that be up to the queen of the chapter? Because when they fill out the description and profile, they identify that as a virtual chapter.
Yes.
And then you have queens who have chapters and they have activities virtually and in person.
Yeah, so right now it's
chapters that are doing dual activities.
Yeah, Angie, for right now, they would have to just put that in either the description or the name to identify them as a virtual chapter. But I think what Athena is suggesting is that we have some type of a flag, so it'll show underneath whether it's a virtual chapter or in-person chapter, which is very interesting.
But please keep in mind that it could be dual. It may not be one or the other.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, sure, it could be both. Absolutely.
If you're gonna,
let's see here.
You're going to have indicators, you may need indicators for both.
Yeah,
one or
makes
the other.
sense. Pamela Joyner, you have a question?
Yes, I came in a little late and you was putting your diagram up. Is it any way you can send that to my email for me and then I'll just read it for
Yeah.
logging in part?
Oh, for logging in?
Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah,
you had that diagram. If you could send that to my email, I sure would appreciate it.
sure. And also I'm recording this so you can, I'll post this afterwards and so you can.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, cool. And then I have
Thanks.
something from Amanda, Queen Minx.
Hi. On the old site, we had the opportunity to be able to advance search. So we could like I could go on and I could search for all queens in the United Kingdom, which is really, really useful because I'm the admin on the Queens of the UK group, and people don't get automatically put into that group. So I would see a new queen that had registered who I didn't know anything about, and then I could pull her into in the Queens of the United Kingdom group. Are we going to have that facility moving forward that we can do an advanced search? So we can do an advanced search for all ambassadors in the UK or all queens in the UK or all members in the UK, because at the moment we can't see that. Before I could search for all members in the United Kingdom, and then in front of me I know everybody who's a member here in this country, and I can do the same with queens. That isn't available now on the new site. Is that on the list to be done,
It is.
please?
So yeah, we do plan on having a more granular search where you can choose, the type of member, not just where they're at, but also the type of member. And
Excellent. Yeah.
narrow it
It would
down
be,
like that.
yeah, it would be really, really good to be able to do it, not just to doing it on a radius search by postcode, but for us as a small country to do it for all people in the UK and separately all queens in the UK.
Sure.
That's interesting information for us.
Yep,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much. Thank you, Nigel. That would be brilliant. Thank you.
So anybody else? We have about 5 minutes left here.
I'm on a Zoom call.
Nigel, I just have a little question here. When I look for chapters in England, I have to look at UK, England, Great Britain. Can we not have just one word?
Yeah, so that's interesting. So when you search for United Kingdom, it doesn't find people in England. It's separated out right now.
Because of the way they enter the information.
It does, but it
Yeah, so
where
we
they enter the
definitely
information.
have on our list.
Also, is it possible
I'm sorry, you dropped out.
Also, is it possible for us to be flagged up if there are new members or new queens so that we can support them into actually becoming registered members, not going to the dark side?
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'll actually put that on the list, some type of
I
a
like
flag.
not going to the dark side.
If they're showing up on the website, they're a member.
I know, but what she's saying is she would like for it to flag somebody if they're a new member so that other members can welcome them.
Yeah,
Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
We absolutely want that.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm really passionate about, and I really want to make this happen because we want to invite all new people. And so by announcing these are our new people for the month, this is something, a campaign I really want to do because I want to know who are new people and welcome them. And we're so good at bringing people together.
Well, that would also help people to invite them, people from their area. You get so many complaints that nobody responds when they want to join a chapter. And if you could see that they were new and they were in your area, then you would have that ability.
Absolutely vital.
Yeah.
So I've got a time for about one more question. Anybody else, if they want to raise their hand in the
Queen Carolyn, Queen Hattie.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Nigel. Hello, everyone. Happy Canada Day to those in Canada. I've got a question. I was a member of the Red Hat Society some time before I realized the good side or the proper side of red hatting. So I changed because I have principles and I believe that the Red Hat Society, we should all be members. What I would like to do now, there are a lot of people, particularly in the South, that I know who are not actually registered chapters. Their queen may be registered, but the chapters are not. I know quite a lot of them, and I would like to help them to see the right side of red hatting. And I just wonder if there's any way that the Red Hat Society can help us do that, either
Carolyn?
through the website or anything.
This is Deborah. I am personally taking on this project because I want to get the people to pay and play. And so I'm focusing on international since there's such an opportunity. So I wrote down your name and I will be in touch with you because I'm taking on this project personally. And I love internationals. My husband's from Croatia, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
I have a situation. I have a new person contact me who wanted to join, but their nearest chapter is a chapter that doesn't have any supporting members, but they have 70 members in their chapter. If I let her go, she's going to join the dark side. So I've just told her that at the moment, you're better off with me.
Athena, I will also reach out to you. I'll reach out to you too.
Yeah.
So I'm just starting this project. So give me a few weeks to get this thing, a plan written and a goal and things like that. So I wrote down your name as well. And I'm really anxious to get to know the two of you.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
So if you would like to ask me any more questions or reach out to me, my email address is nigel@redhatsociety.com. So go ahead and send any questions and I'll try to answer them as soon as I possibly can. We're going to have a meeting with Montanton in about 40 minutes here. So, you know, I'll bring up some of these issues with them as well. But,
how do you like this? This is our first time we're doing this. How do you like it?
Brilliant. Thank you.
Can we
yeah,
give
we're going to be doing
Nigel,
this good.
Can we give Nigel a big round of applause? Snap. Yay, Nigel.
We'll be doing this
so
weekly.
Thank you.
And if you guys can send questions to me in advance, it would be easier. Then that way I can have some answers. I don't want to go on these meetings and say, oh, you know what, I've got to find out for you. You'll have to hold on. I'd prefer to answer them for you. So if you can send me the questions in advance, that would be very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel.
Anyways,
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
How often are you going to have this?
Once a week.
Every week.
Okay.
Every week.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Canada Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to